Hi everyone. Today's A to Z of psychology, we've gotten to the letter B. Woo! And I will be discussing the very fascinating bystander effect. Now, the bystander effect is a really fascinating phenomena of human nature, in which the greater the number of people present, the less likely people are to help a person in distress. Now, this goes against all common sense, which would make one think that, oh, the more people that are around, the more people that will help this person in distress, the greater the team effort. But no, that is apparently not how humans work. Now, the most common example used to describe and explain the bystander effect is that of Catherine Kitty Genovese, who in 1964 was attacked whilst returning home from work. As she approached her apartment entrance, she was attacked and stabbed by a man called Winston Moseley. Now, it took people in her apartment building 20 minutes to call the police. 12 witnesses were interviewed. All said that they heard screaming and cries for help. However, none of them responded, and as I said before, it took 20 minutes for someone to pick up the phone and call police. Now, you may think of this as unspeakable and something that you would never be involved in. However, studies show that most people will not help another if there is a group or more than a couple of people around who are also witnessing the same event. The two major factors that contribute to this bystander effect is diffusion of responsibility and the need and want to behave in a socially acceptable way. Now, diffusion of responsibility is pretty much self-explanatory. If there are more people involved in this dangerous situation or this assault or whatever the situation is, the responsibility is diffused amongst the people. So you feel less of a responsibility to help this person because, oh, there are all these other people here, they should be helping her as well. So really, no one steps up to help because everyone thinks that everyone else should be doing it. The second factor is the very innate human need to behave in socially acceptable ways. Now, if you're in a group witnessing a dangerous situation in which someone is becoming a victim of something, either it be rape, abuse, murder, anything like, or even bullying, when other observers fail to react, individuals often take this as a signal that it's not needed or it's not socially appropriate to intervene. And researchers found that onlookers are also less likely to intervene if the situation is ambiguous, meaning that if it could go either way, there's even less of a chance of someone intervening. So even if it was just a situation which you weren't sure whether something was going wrong, that would make you less likely to intervene and help the person which you think might be in a dangerous situation. Now, of course, you hear stories that contradict the whole bystander effect phenomena, such as people crashing on highways and groups of complete strangers coming together to lift their car up the injured person. However, with the bystander effect, humans are basically sheep. We follow what each other do, and as I explained previously, if a action is seen as socially unacceptable, most people won't do it. However, if one person steps up and does something to help, then often the rest of the group will, because that one person has shown that it is socially acceptable to help this person. So it only would have taken one person to get out their car and rush over to the flaming car with the person underneath for other people to go, okay, that's all right. One person is doing it, it is therefore socially acceptable, and I should go over and help. So what does this phenomenon say about how we view humans? I think humans are generally a caring bunch when it comes down to the nitty-gritty. However, this research and evidence suggests otherwise. It suggests that we very much keep our social standing above the safety of someone else, as seen in the Kitty case, where all the witnesses refused to do anything. If they had come together as a group to ward off the attacker, she would have been saved. But because we are a very, I guess, primal species still, in that we still keep our own safety above someone else's, even in a group sense, where common sense would tell you that by attacking in a group you will save this person. So I love the bystander effect for that fascinating reason, that it contradicts everything that we think about the human species as being a evolved and more upper species when it comes to caring about others. But really it comes down to whether it's socially acceptable or not to help someone else. So do you reckon that if you were a witness in the Kitty murder case, would you have stepped up and helped? A lot of you will say yes, but when put in the actual situation, you won't. That is the joy of psychological experiments, in which we put people in really uncomfortable situations and see how they react. And usually it is not a very good indication of humanity. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as the B in Psychology A to Z. Contrary to comments that have been saying, oh, you've stopped doing this series. No, I'm just putting videos in between the other ones so it doesn't get boring and all about psychology. So, as always, give me suggestions about what to do for other letters. I've got some planned up, but others I have no idea about. So, the more help, the better, and I'm happy to take on any suggestions, comments, messages, or tweets. I'm at Fear Blandness. Thanks for listening, guys. And now that you know about the bystander effect, maybe you'll think twice about standing back next time that you're witnessing someone becoming a victim of violence or anything else. Thanks, guys.